This is Mad Apple Pool Entertainment. Welcome to the King of the Hill.
Hello, everybody. We got a great matchup today here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company, Appleton, Wisconsin. Today, we've got Duncan Kaufman.
Yeah, one of my favorite players, really. He's such a solid.
Versus Kendal Koch. Oh, we're dropping some frames right away. Right away.
Oof.
I think I have to restart. We have 8 viewers. Man, I hate starting like that and then having a bad... Let's keep an eye on this. They're already sharing, though. Well, let's just roll with it. In the booth with me is Mason Cook, the one and the only.
What's up, Chris G?
And yeah, me, Chris G.
G-Man.
So this should be a pretty good match. I mean, Duncan Kaufman, he's no slouch.
No.
He's like a 6-something.
Just watching him. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
for forever. He's been top player in the state. So he, I saw him warming up earlier and was making some sick shots.
Thanks, Andrew Bundy. How's it playing? We had a little glitch there at the beginning, but it seems like it's cleared up already. Oh, we got the notification. Let me go ahead and listen to this.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. It's good to let people join anyway.
Yeah.
Give it a minute.
So it says 15 up there. Does that mean we're playing 8-ball? Is that right?
I would think so, right?
8-ball?
Because
yeah.
Duncan's going to pick 8-ball.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
kind of throughout the week.
Perfect. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, we had, I don't know, just a little thing kind of happened there at the start, but it seems to have cleared up. We'll have to keep an eye on it. It's pretty interesting. We actually have control of the guest network now.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I remember you saying that, so.
Yeah. See, look at that. Someone's uploading right now. So, bye-bye guest network. Got to do it. Can't do a stream and have someone hogging the guest network. I mean, we've only got 30 megs. And for those techies out there, 30 megs isn't a whole lot.
Yeah, right over my head.
Nice sound effect. So I'm pretty excited. Kendall's won how many weeks in a row? 3?
3, yep.
3 weeks in a row. And he beat... Who did he play last week? Do you have memory
Cap.
on that? Cap, yeah. Cap, that was tight. That was a close one. Do you know the week before that, or am I putting you on the spot?
Lyle.
There you go. Yep, Goebel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The one before that I won't be able to remember, though.
I don't know if there was. Was it just 2? This is his 3rd? Or did he have 3? You know who would know? Andrew Bundy, the #1 fan for right now.
Yeah, it might only be 2.
Hey, Fred Renner. How you doing, man? Don't worry.
What's up, Fred? It's been a while.
It's doing it again. We might have to start this stream over. How's it? Fred, Andrew, is it coming through okay, or is it choppy? Are there any issues? Because I'd rather restart it now.
Right.
Before we get started, because it could just be a little glitch, because we were just running a test stream with sounds and all that, and it was perfect. Hey, Nick.
What's up, Nick? Yeah, Mike is echoing. So is that problem we had where it sounds very alien?
Yeah. I'm going to restart it.
I think that's a good idea, yeah.
So, everyone, there's going to be another notification coming through, and or just stay at the YouTube channel
Right.
and find the live
Right.
and just re-click it. Well, see, Nick says it sounds good. I don't know. We could roll with it. So, I don't know. Why would I be echoing?
Says sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good.
Test 1, test 2. No, he
Okay.
says, I'm not getting choppiness. Dan Herdina.
What's up, buddy?
Nickel slot. Thanks for Matt Apple for the stream. Duncan is the favorite on paper, but I like Kendal. Well, that's to the point.
Yeah.
Might be looking for some action. Says, looks good, but echoing.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, Fred, I don't know if it's maybe your TV and phone are on twice. Something weird like that. You might want to restart. Anyone else hearing an echo?
An echo? Echo?
Echo? Yeah, let's not trick them. I mean, what else could there be? Andrew says it's good. David says it's good. Bill says it's good. Nick says, it's like 5 to 1.
Sweet.
There, so.
I think we should get rolling then.
All right, we're going to give them the thumbs up. We're going to get this rolling. We'll switch her on over here to the dual view. Oh, kind of a light leg
Slow
there.
on both. That's shocking. High-end players like themselves to lag into the middle only of the tables, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of weird.
Is that even legal? Duncan by 5, says Rodney.
Yeah, it's a good prediction.
Well, you know what? King of the Hill has definitely got some good support. We got tons of viewers right off the bat. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, we're at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard. We've got Duncan Kaufman versus Kendal Koch in a race to 15 8-ball. BCAPL cue ball fouls only. That's ball in hand. And once again, I'm in the booth with Mason Cook, and I'm Chris G.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for helping,
gals.
Mason.
Definitely.
Usually it's Kendal and MH, but Kendal obviously can't commentate and play.
Yep, and then MH is playing our weekly tonight. He's wanting to, or he's signed up for tomorrow, which is a 580 and under tournament ran here, which I'll talk more about throughout the night.
That's going to be pretty fun. That's tomorrow.
Yeah. Good break there, but that cue ball, I don't like when it comes down to this end rail.
Yeah.
Leaves very limited shots, but, he's got a couple to start off, so.
What are you thinking here? Stripes? I mean, that's a...
It kind of.
Right,
It's tempting, but that 5 in the side is almost like a cleaner ball, I feel like, in my opinion. Just because you got an angle, you can come for something else. He's going to be pretty limited at where his cue ball goes.
Little tappy right there, kind of leaving the next shot.
Yeah, he's either got the 11 down into the upper right corner, which looks like what he's doing. He would be able to go at the 12 here also. And that one went down.
What a great shot.
First thing I'm noticing as trouble, though, is that 15 and exactly where he needs to put that. I don't think it passes the 4, or does it?
It's a little tough to see.
Yeah. So you'll have to work that out in a way.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, it's close, though.
See,
but
he's
he's pointing to
yeah.
get that shape, on the
side. I like that.
So you're going to hit this 9 ball with, like, some top right, I believe.
You're going to use the old inside.
Yeah, it'll hit right around the diamond to the left of the pocket and then spin over. Not enough.
Yeah, underhit it slightly.
Kind of a slow table, it looks like, tonight with the way the legs turned out and the read on that ball was obviously very off.
Daniel says we look and sound good.
Hey. Thank you.
I'm glad I combed my hair today.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Daniel. And we got co-ed, Duncan by 5. Andrew says no echo, which is good. Amy, thank you. Sounds good to us. David Dahl, Duncan plays great 8-ball, but Kendal played strong at Romine's Memorial Tournament, which was like, what,
he
a month,
did. Yeah,
month ago?
Right, and those are on the 8-footers. That was a good event for autism. Kevin Stenell and Dave Dolly.
Very good cause.
It was a good effort. It was kind of only a little bit off. Obviously, in the classic Kendal hard hit type scenario.
A lot of English,
but
a lot of speed.
Still pretty close.
So we're testing something new today, guys and gals. We've got sound on the table, but it's a little difficult because we can't have the music come through. So you might hear a little ball sound once in a while, and that's that. Hopefully you guys are getting that across on your end. We'll have to tweak that as we go. Oh, nice, beautiful shot on the tee.
Yeah, nice back cut. And the cue ball cleared. Often when you're hitting it at a thin angle with a hard hit, your leave for the cue ball, you're kind of banking on it to be nice, and you got it the right speed to be out in the open yet for the run. So.
And I was watching Duncan practice earlier. His cue ball control was pretty tight.
It was, yeah. One of the shots I had kind of mentioned just earlier about one, I was watching him warm up. He thin cut a ball right down the rail. Cue ball came like 7 rails. back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Well, this 5-ball's a interesting choice.
Yeah, kind of.
Center pocket.
Yeah, and he knew that he'd be left that one. It's kind of, a strange choice, but also a smart one, a very experienced kind of shot, knowing that if you just make the ball, you're going to be lined up good.
Pretty
with
amazing,
shape.
Really, yeah. Comes around nicely for the 3.
Mm-hmm.
So Duncan Kaufman's got a Fargo of 674. Kendal Koch 625.
Yeah, so as was mentioned, Duncan is the favorite on paper, favorite on
if you're
Fargo
going strictly
rating.
Fargo stats, correct.
Right.
I like how he shot that. He didn't baby that.
Yeah, that's something I noticed so far, just kind of watching him, trying to analyze him before the match tonight. He is very confidently hitting the ball, so I think we're going to see some good pool tonight. Hello, Pete Beshta. Thanks for joining.
I saw you earlier. He must have went home. Didn't want to play in the Friday 10-ball tournament, I see, or he could be here.
Right.
You got to look around for him a little bit.
Yeah, guys do that. They'll sit across the pool hall and message with us.
We got a lot of people here that are practicing for Dings 580 and under, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, still some spots available. I think actually maybe a couple handfuls available for spots. So
yeah, if you're interested, come on down.
Yeah, it'll be a good event. I know the people that are signed up, good players. It's going to be a nice event. So.
I mean, it's a 580 and under, so that's your Fargo. You have to have at least 200 games established. And then I'd say show up by 9, 10 a.m. latest here at the Mad Apple if you want to play. That's when the Calcutta starts.
Yep, and we open at 7 for any early risers. We serve breakfast.
Oh, best breakfast ever.
It's pretty good, man, yeah. I didn't know that we had, French toast, believe it or not. One night, I went back in the kitchen, and Kenny, one of our longtime cooks here, was said, hey, you want me to make some? He made some for me at 11:30 at night. It was pretty good.
Ooh, that was a strange. He had a lot of inside on that, right? So that made it a little tougher.
Yeah, it kind of gears the ball the wrong way.
Opportunity for Kendal.
Yeah, not a great one, but any time to get to the table and being able to try and figure out a way out is a positive.
It's tough.
A little bit of a cluster down there, right?
Yeah, you got to worry about the 4, the 1. He's taking stripes.
Oh, is it open yet? I didn't realize. Oh, okay.
Which is uncharacteristic for Duncan to miss that first shot.
Yeah, right. And that's why I think I was shocked. He's looking at it like he left it okay. Seems tight to me, but it's always different when you're down on the table.
Well, he hit that well. Is he going to sit good for the 15?
Just might. I think it just kind of got there. So
just enough.
I think if you roll this one in, it's easy to try to go aggressive, but if you roll this into the side, the 9's right there.
Right.
So.
Take what you can get.
Yeah. Especially when you kept
getting
aggressive, that it's tougher to calm down and just hit a little soft shot.
He must have heard you. I like this.
Yeah, he's in a good spot.
Come around. Now, the safe spot for the 10 is to actually get out to the middle of the table.
Right. I think that's right, Chris.
Well, thank you, Mason. Or that.
Well, no, that's scary. That is not the...
It works, though.
Yeah.
It was tough to navigate through all those balls.
It was. And that's the game, right? That's 8-ball. Biggest difference between any rotation and 8-ball is kind of the condensed pattern plays you have to shoot and find, really.
Well, interestingly,
how do you find patterns? That's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a science, right? I mean, you could get lessons for years and still not be good at patterns.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of you got to spend your time and really analyze the game a lot to be able to find patterns and different types of patterns. It's watching pool helps, obviously.
It does.
Anybody that tunes in week by week, I hope you enjoy what you see and are learning something along the way too.
So interestingly enough, each player, one unforced error led to the other player winning.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's one error, other player, no mistakes, finishes the rack.
Yeah, I've had full matches like that, kind of, where it's like nobody's really taking advantage of their breaks. A solid break there by Kendal.
That was a great break.
Cue ball, look at where the cue ball is at, exactly where you'd look for it to want to be,
Well, I like that he's taking a second,
Same here, yeah.
He was going to wing in the 11 and just kind of go for it, but he's thinking about the whole table right now, not just the next couple balls.
What's up, Avenue Auto in Oshkosh, Wisconsin?
Hey.
Hey.
I was actually looking at one of his vehicles.
Were you?
Not in person, but online.
Oh, you got to go check it out. Go check it out.
I know. I mean, my daughter still needs a vehicle, and he's got a ton of good quality vehicles for a good price.
Yeah, he definitely fixes them up right and doesn't try to pull one over on anybody. So, good guy to go find a vehicle from.
For sure. And he just opened that up, his own business there. I think I saw something on Facebook about
that was a cool shot.
A discount for this weekend only.
That was a cool shot off the ball like that. I liked that quite a bit.
It was clean.
Yeah, he drew it off the edge, and so far Kendall's playing a lot better than the last couple weeks. He's been able to pull it out, but a little bit cleaner these first couple racks so far.
This could be a break and run.
You know what I mean? Like, things just look a little...
he's comfortable.
A little more comfortable, yeah. That's the word. You found the word.
He's definitely more comfortable. I think a lot of that has to do with me being here.
You're probably right. Took a lot of the reins to...
It's tough to run the stream, play, and then deal with things that could happen. Like, we had a little glitch at the beginning. I don't know why, but the guest network was, consuming
Yeah.
the bandwidth.
Well, and you've been here early today. You came and
Yeah, we're working on the sound. So if you guys listen, I'll turn it up. Listen real carefully. See that? You can almost hear it. The balls being moved around on the table. Eerie.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
We can't hear it, but they can.
I know.
Yeah.
I was playing along because I know what it sounds like.
We could monitor it, actually, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying something new. We're trying to do sound on the pool table, which would bring you guys a whole nother level of dynamic.
A dimension.
Right? It is another dimension. It's not just sight, it's also sound.
Yeah.
Here, give a listen. Can hear the break. Now, the problem is, and I'm not going to go into all the technical jargon, but we have a jukebox playing, and anytime YouTube hears music, they
Beep,
cancel
beep,
us.
beep, beep. Yeah.
So
They want their money.
it's tough to do good sound and have noise suppression and a noise gate and all that other funky stuff. So anyway, heck of a nice start, Paul. Break and run for Kendal. After one error from Duncan, that equals 2 games for Kendal.
Duncan's looking to take solids here. Draws back and wonder if he's trying to get that 6 out right away. He doesn't have to. It's very tempting to try to because it looks
Right.
like it's blocked, but that's the
A lesser player would leave that there.
just
Because-
as a blocker.
Right, because they don't have enough confidence to run out. But Duncan, I don't think he has that problem. I think he's planning to run out,
Yeah.
and that ball was in the way.
That's a good explanation, yeah.
Well, because, we play leagues with some players that are just beginning.
Yeah.
They'll leave balls in pocket and try hard shots
Totally.
because they don't have the confidence to just move around 2 rails and finish the rack.
Right.
It's kind of hurts them more than it.
It does.
You know?
Yeah, it's one of those things when I see it, I kind of
It's a little cringy.
yeah, I'm just like, I wish they knew, I guess, that they're they're not really helping themselves so much
Right.
as they think they are.
Now, if they do miss, okay, they got a ball block in a pocket, but yeah.
Right.
So Fred says it helped my game just watching every week. Well, thanks, Fred. And I am looking forward to that salsa.
That's sweet. Yeah, I heard he canning all the stuff he does. I don't think I've ever tried it, though.
I'll bring it in. We'll get some of the homemade tortilla chips here,
Okay.
and we'll put some of Fred Renner's.
Yeah, I am a salsa man, I'll
oh.
tell you that. I
hear
like
it's the best.
salsas.
I think I got a mild, a hot, and maybe some asparagus.
Okay, yeah. I've heard
Fred's
about
hooking
his
me up.
asparagus.
Thanks for that, Fred, by the way. So, yeah, Ricky Poole says Kendall's playing a lot slower, which is what we were saying. Yeah, he kind of just takes an extra breath.
Yeah, it is just kind of like one breath, it's weird.
Looks around the table one more time and then
Yeah.
fires away. That might be all he needs.
So Duncan is at the right angle here, to just stay for the 5, but did he come a little extreme? Does he just, or can he still, you like
Well-
holding this? Or does he got to come to like a rail and bump out?
I think he did it. I think he wanted to come out a little further on the 5, but it worked out pretty well. Looking at the overhead view, that's not even cuttable. Is it? That's like a 90-degree cut.
Yeah. He might be able to just because he's that
He's going
skilled
for it.
as a player, but it's a tough one.
This would be an amazing shot.
So he's queuing low, which I find interesting because I've found myself that the low hit on a thin cut like that actually really helps it.
Yeah, I mean, he was thinking, where's the cue ball going to go to, right?
Yeah.
That was a tough shot. It does leave the 9 in trouble. We'll see how Kendall works his way through that. Nick Like says 1513 Kendal. Paul Heminghouse says nice start. Riley Whetstone, when someone shoots, you guys could hit some pool balls together.
Oh, okay.
It took me a second to figure that
Yeah,
out.
I was gonna say I actually read that like a little couple seconds ago and didn't quite get it.
Here, give me 2 pool balls. Let's try that out. We're going to try this out, Riley, just for you. Ball in hand.
Start the clock. This is okay. I forgot that he was stripes. Did he not get there? I thought he did.
You know, didn't that
I
hit
thought he
the
did.
rail?
Yeah, I thought he did.
I missed the replay on that, but he says it wasn't good, so I mean maybe I'll still catch it. I don't want to cut off Duncan shooting though, so we'll wait.
You're gonna give somebody a headache.
All right, that's enough of that, Riley. I can't do it. My timing just isn't good enough. Fred's going to bring a jar up for you next weekend.
What?
Mild, medium, and hot, with or without pineapple. What do you want?
Oh, my goodness. That's a lot to think about. Why don't I'll send you a message there, Fred.
He'll send you a message,
Very
Fred.
nice of you. Thank you.
I recommend the hot with pineapple.
Yeah, I like that idea.
It kind of like
Right.
smooths it over a little bit. So what's the thought process here? I mean, the 5, does it go? Let's take a look at the overhead.
I think it goes, but the cue ball after making the 5 is kind of at a limited spot. So I think Duncan was kind of looking at an angle that it's going to go naturally, and then he'll try and think about how his cue ball responds. Or how he can make his cue ball change, after that.
Why wouldn't you shoot this?
I guess he believes it doesn't go.
Oops. Played a safety.
Yeah, not very constructive, really. I mean, I am pretty shocked at that choice.
Yeah, because I thought you could throw a little inside on the 5 and just come out for the 8. I mean, it is a little risky, right? But
yeah, and that's the thing. He doesn't want to make my dad's first safety shot in his life right there.
Well, he did play that one, but it was an unforced error.
He's been hitting some pretty okay safeties. Really, he didn't play any safeties till a few years ago.
Yeah, normally he would be running the table.
Yeah.
Use the 9 to break up the 12 and just be out.
Right. I really like to see when he plays a little smarter.
Interesting.
Just look at how much better that is. He's got a better breakout ball. He's got ball in hand.
Yep. So you play 1 safety.
And you're like...
You're sitting better for it.
Multiple steps ahead.
Do you shoot the 9 first, though?
Yeah. I use an angle off the 9 and get right in there. Kind of set the cue ball on the rail. On the side rail is what I like. Putting a thinner cut into it. Be really shocked. Okay. Yeah, and I don't like how he just kind of nonchalantly just rolled it. But he got the breakout. I don't know if he got straight on that 13 enough.
Yeah, I'm liking the 13 in the side.
That it looks easy enough. Those can be tough coming in at an angle into the side pocket there, but...
Well, and the worst part about it is in the back of your mind, if you miss, you sold out because the 5's right there. A little added pressure. Avenue Audio says medium pineapple is what you should get. I say hot pineapple.
How hot is the hot? See, that's always a tough question to answer. No.
I mean, it's Fred. It can't be like ghost pepper hot. It's got to be edible.
That's I'm not sure.
Look at that. How's that for shape?
Very good.
Take a look at the arena here.
The Mad Apple tree.
That is the Mad Apple tree. A lot of people don't realize that that's a tree.
No, they don't. I know.
The wood in the background.
I'm shocked that people don't, but I guess I kind of get it.
With the table in front of it, it kind of blocks it a little bit. But
yeah, it's very abstract too. I suppose it's kind of.
We could put the big screen on and have it be like the top of the tree.
Like
and everybody would notice.
Yeah, right. It's a good idea.
Need a bulb. Someone sent us a bulb.
Bulb.
Needed a whole new projector. Really.
New bulb.
Need a bulb. Oh no.
2 dry breaks for Kendal now.
Hasn't affected his scoring. So Fred says it's hot. So
okay.
Depends on what hot is though. Like I don't think Fred.
Yeah, it does change, doesn't it?
Is Fred like is it hot Fred, or is it like one of those chip challenge hot? You know, where they have to go to the hospital after they eat it. You seen those, right? The chip challenge.
Fong is big on spicy.
Always go medium.
That's probably true.
Andrew said Kendal played 2 safeties 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Oh no! I can't even believe that.
Yeah, and Duncan was playing really lights out warming up. So.
Wow. Unexpected miss there. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, out of nowhere, though. I mean, I guess it's 8-ball. That's the interesting part of 8-ball. You can kind of...
Plan B.
Yeah, you can... The goal is to not do it so many times and then you're out of options, but you can kind of freewheel at a ball starting out the rack and end up working your way into a thoughtful pattern.
And, you know, I mean, obviously he wants the 12 out of there. 7's blocking the 10. He's got some issues to work on here.
Well, there goes the 10.
Got the 10 out of there, yeah.
So you still look, though, and you go, that 12's...
Is that 12 go on the side?
Tough.
Let's take a look at it.
The 11 isn't great.
Oh, yeah. 11's in a tough spot, too.
So...
Yeah.
Look at Chris calling the shots.
I was thinking about it, right? I mean, that's the only option. You got to take it.
Yeah, when you start running through them, you better take it or you don't.
Take it or you don't take it. Those are the 2 options.
Yes. So again, with this 11, I mean, do you come and...
Right here, combo.
Yeah, is that the intent? Probably. Try and get on the combo. It's tough combo, though. How offset it is tougher.
I mean, I'd almost wonder, though, maybe Kendal was trying to knock the 1 in. Oh, wow. He's really firing at him. Oh, man. Does he have the shot? No
I think
way.
He did, yeah. He's straight in.
No way.
Oh, he wiped his feet in on that one.
It's funny because he hit it thick, and that actually made it harder, closer to the 8. Well, hey, that's another one. And I know Taylor's listening, so I got to play this for that 8-rail leave.
Oh, man. He hit that ball terrible.
Terrible's like the new cool, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like sick, you know?
Yeah,
that was sick.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was terrible. Look at how terrible.
Terrible. Good old Taylor Collar, the commentator. He doesn't like that name, by the way.
Why?
I don't know.
I
I
didn't know
asked
that.
him. He
I
didn't
didn't know
know
that.
either.
Maybe common, I guess, is kind of a... He doesn't want to be common.
Oh, yeah, Trevor, the see, the overhead has a delay on the right, but the live sound matches the left. So anytime we do just the overhead, the sound is going to be off because we have a 2-second delay on the right side. It's got basically a built-in replay. That's the downside to the sound. So I do understand where you're coming from, but the sound should match the left side table if you're watching that. Within like 300 milliseconds at least. I didn't have a whole lot of time to tune it.
Another dry break. He's slamming
He's got to find a spot for that.
the H out of them,
See, Fred says not that hot.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm
I
thinking
don't know.
it's going to be perfect.
See, that's why I have to think, though. And then,
Do you like hot? stuff?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to want hot.
But I do like to, eat more than one also.
It's not going to be that hot. I guarantee it. Yeah, Fred, what kind of peppers you put in there to make it hot? Like jalapeno?
That's fair. That's fair.
So, Trevor, do the stream delay. Yeah, we discussed that. The right side's always going to be delayed, which, by the way, MH said the same thing. He was watching the right, and he's like, oh, it's off. You got to watch the left. Princess. Hi, guys. John says, somebody tell Duncan to get his head back in the game. Can't do it. We can't go over there and do that. Oh, I do want to mention, if you guys can take the link for this video from YouTube, right? Share, copy link, and go paste it on Facebook and help us out. We are no longer streaming or, on Facebook. So we need some help from you guys to share it to some of the pool groups or at least your public profile to try to get more people interested.
Right. Let people know to subscribe too, because we got a lot of you that do subscribe, and then you guys jump on right away when we do go live. But it's a great help. Yes, we do, and it's a great help if you go and share the same thing with everybody else. So
Fred Renner says ancient Chinese secret, Chris. He can't tell me what peppers he uses.
Fair enough.
If I was to guess, it'd be jalapeno, maybe Sierra. I don't think it would go much further than that. I'm not going to spoil your secrets, though.
That one was interesting. He cheated the pocket there intentionally.
Thank you, Princess Lisa. We do appreciate it. And we got WMPS, Wisconsin Mobile Pool Streaming. Is that, I saw something on Facebook about that.
That's cool. I haven't.
Shelley,
that sounds like a
is
cool
that Shelley
thing.
Drake?
Oh, really?
I think so. I think they got their own thing going. Where they're
Okay.
doing like a mobile thing.
Oh.
It's a white van, and it says, "We'll stream for free."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds like the pro shop, man.
Oh, yeah, you guys got the white van, too.
He's shooting pretty clean into the side pockets today, and that's when he's going to miss this one, I'm sure, but nope. Side pockets can be tough, it's
Yeah, they're tight. Pro cut pockets. Fred says it's sweet salsa with heat. I'm telling you, hot. You got to do hot with pineapple. If you don't like it, you give me the rest.
right.
I'll take it off your hands. How about that for an out? Is that a break and run?
No, it's not.
Okay. But it was an unforced error by Duncan after a dry break from Kendal. So, yeah, we're just trying some new things. We want to get the next dimension of sound going. We want to get, panable cameras. Maybe a telestrator.
Welcome to the next dimension.
Yeah. Welcome to the next dimension. It's like, yeah. Riley says, where is this show from?
We are from Appleton, Wisconsin. The Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company on College Avenue.
The Mad Apple. I think we got something for that.
Mad Apple Xstream, the ultimate billiard stream.
That's right. What's his name again? Do you know the guy that did that?
Let's go with Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah, I want to call him by his name. You know, like every time we hit the button, I just want to thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. Is that right, though? I don't think that's
I
right.
believe it is Jeff.
Is it?
From the networking group that they do here. Really cool stuff. The business networking group.
Avenue Auto. Kendall's playing like he owns the place.
He kind of does own the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ironic.
So, yeah, WMPS is Shelley. Tournament Blue Van. That's what it is. It's the championship blue cloth color.
That's cool.
Well, if you ever need a guest commentator and I'm in the area, look me up, Shelley. I'll do an hour. I charge a lot, though. I must warn you. Nick says it's going to be a fast match.
Wow. I want to take a look at that.
Definitely. Still got some work here, right?
Yeah.
Do you go for the 6
He's gonna
breakout?
try to force. Yeah, he's gonna try to force into the 6. Oh wow! See, you know, and I do. I really prefer. He did want to, but I really prefer watching my dad play when he's thinking a little bit more.
I think this is going to be a bank stop shot, 8 in the corner, and we only have one replay, so we're going to have to save it.
And I think he's cutting this break into him.
That'd be even better.
The 8.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
shot. Gonna have to cut the 8 into the side.
All right, let's go to that replay really quick. Look at that. Massey around the 15, 7 in the side. Unbelievable.
Yeah, to be able to get it straight like that. And then he missed the 8.
Got a little squirrely after the cut in the side, but...
Yeah, so this should leave Duncan with a opportunity that he has been hoping for.
Oh, yeah. This is his chance to get back in the game. David Dahl says Pop's playing pretty sporty. Those that may not know, Kendal Koch is Mason Cook's father, and Mason Cook's in the booth with me. Just to clarify that. He's not my father. I don't think he's David's father either.
No.
I don't know, Shelley. Competition's good. Especially, I mean, we do this just to try to benefit the juniors program, which I think you guys know by now, right? I probably said it enough, but any super chats or donations or proceeds that come in on this help the juniors program, which is here every Sunday. And there's a ton of them. They play round robins. They get lessons. They get deals and discounts. And then the money helps buy them jerseys and entry fees and help with hotel stays. Namely, I'm thinking Caden Hillman. You know,
yeah, he's a major, player within it, but it's open to any junior.
Correct. Let's look at that Massey one more time.
Yeah, please.
Just for the fun of it. Look at that. Oh, Duncan to break. Where's he from?
He is from Prairie du Sac.
Prairie du Sac. Where's that?
I don't know.
Somewhere in Wisconsin, huh?
Yes.
We'll have to Google it. Is that a dry break?
Yes, it was.
Take a look at the stats briefly. 6 unforced errors for Duncan, 4 for Kendal. Dry break, 1 versus 3. Kendall's been having troubles making a ball on the break. Kendal does, however, have 1 break and run. So he found 1 break.
Mm-hmm.
Safeties played.
Big miscue there.
Well, the unforced error just went up for Kendal. Let's change that to 6-5 as he vigorously chalks his tip. We're trying to multitask here. Stats, sound, jokes.
It's a tough gig.
Oh, my gosh.
I quit.
You can't quit. Ricky Poole says Sun Prairie.
What, in that same area or what?
I think he's meant Prairie.
Huh?
Yeah, it's got to be somewhere in that area. I mean, I'm assuming. Yeah, he did mean Prairie. Yep. John says Prairie du Sac is 15 miles west by northwest of Madison. So let's just say it's near Madison.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
So
like.
that means Duncan drove about
it's
2
like
hours.
It's like the Nina to Appleton.
Nina to Appleton. Correct.
Right.
Well, I don't know if 15 minutes. I can get here in 4.
What?
Yeah, man.
No way.
I can go from Menasha to Appleton, which is further than Nina. In 5 minutes, I can be here.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got to show me the route because we live right by each other,
Oh,
and it takes me 15 minutes.
Well, I'm right by the 421 where you have to kind of drive a little bit around.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you pop on the highway, it's boom, boom, College Avenue, and you're here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's the route I take. So.
Unless you're taking Prospect, we'll have to give you a.
No. I cut across from 10 to 41.
Thanks, John and Rick, for letting us know. Riley says, I used to work on my curveball. Believe it or not, Kendall does a lot of massays.
He's always been good at them, yeah. I was like, as a kid, I found it phenomenal. It's probably one of the things that drew me into the, prettiness of the game was watching him hit some crazy English or massays. And
That's like a trick shot.
I always say my story now of how I, from before playing pool. I didn't play pool yet, and I'd just beg my dad to go play on the table in the basement so that I could watch him because I just thought it was
That was your opening.
a cool game.
He let you hit a couple of balls, and then you were a pro.
Well, I literally said, please, I just want to watch you. I don't need to play. I just want to,
Right.
Yeah, I just.
And
just
that's
wanted
kind of
to
how
watch
it
the
goes.
game.
Yeah. I mean, you just kind of want to be part of something. It seems interesting, right? There's this big green table down in the basement. I'm assuming it was green back then.
Yeah, it was green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the incandescent light.
Well, it's amazing. It's kind of the arena that it produces with these, full set of pool balls that, it's just kind of a weird game. It's weird.
It is. A lot
But
of
it's-
physics behind it.
But it's super interesting.
I think pool's harder than golf. Changed my mind. I mean, you have to learn so many different shots.
Yeah, I feel like, it's similar in a lot of ways. I haven't played a lot of golf, but just from the viewer point, it's each shot is kind of like a putt,
Right.
on the green, and then the break shot's kind of like driving in a certain way. So they're very similar, yeah. I know pool started as a kind of a croquet game.
Yeah.
Indoor
On grass.
Indoors.
Oh,
No,
really?
Yeah, it was for the days where it was rainy,
Only the rich people can
Yeah,
play
so they
pool
did
back then.
when it was rainy, it was an indoor croquet game. So
I like that. A little slow roll on the 6. Safety. I think the goal there was to block that pocket.
yeah,
We'll give him a safety plate for that.
yeah.
It was a pretty good opportunity, though. I mean, I think you try, and if you don't get the 10 out after a shot or two, maybe you chill out a little bit.
Right. I always hate if you're not going to go for the run, I don't even want to start making balls. Just play the safety right away. That's my opinion on it.
And that's what I was thinking, though. Could he get from there to the 9 where he could possibly break up the 10? It's close.
Right. So yeah, it's good, go for it. Try to get your angle to break it out. But if you try too many times and you didn't break it out yet, like
taking your soldiers off the field.
It's almost like don't even try more than once to break it out. 2 is like the max, and then you should be thinking a little differently.
Off. Oh, it drops. Avenue Auto says trick shot pool used to be so big, so awesome growing up and watching it. I mean, you still got Florian Venom. He's one of my favorites to watch.
Yeah, it changed though. I mean, like trick shot pool was big, where it was like ESPN style, and there were more than just one.
But they had tournaments for that.
Now
stuff.
Venom's like Venom is trick shots.
He's like the only one. Yeah, and he's bored of the simple stuff.
Yeah,
he does all this advanced masse.
That's pretty wild. Good for him. The idea that what I just said. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Venom is trick shots, man. So.
And he owns an APA league too, I believe.
Yeah. He was a player I thought at one point we were talking to get here. I'd still like to have that happen. I think it was more towards the COVID era, more in the depth of the COVID era, where it just didn't end up working out. But
yeah, well, a lot of things got canceled then.
But I think that'd be still pretty fun for everybody to come. What do you guys think watching? Florian's pretty cool, right?
Florian Venom. I saw him on. They're both kind of flirting with those pockets on these safeties.
I would say so.
What's that show called? It's like Hey Dude or Awesome Dude, where they always do these really cool things.
Dude Perfect.
Dude Perfect. Yeah, he was on Dude Perfect.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he's really slow rolling that. I don't think that's going to make it.
I felt like he was just testing the level on the table on that one.
I mean, what do? He's basically saying, here you go. I'll take the chances on you breaking up this 10.
Yeah, it was totally not,
I mean, you got to hit that a
what
little
he wanted.
harder.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You got to have the guaranteed hit on it. You can't slow roll that.
Right. He didn't have a lot of options, but you start to think, like, what's my option to actually get him to have nothing? And there really isn't one, but he tried for it in a way of...
How does that happen every time?
Not wanting to hit it too hard and leave a natural breakout ball anyway.
That's true, but giving him ball in hand, there's an option. Now...
Right, I'm saying, it was a big slip, big accident, but...
Interesting. Interesting.
Bad, more than interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's interesting and bad. But how do you get from the 6 to the 7,
That's
though?
almost you press the Taylor collar button on that one.
Oh, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Is it? Is Taylor still out there? I don't know.
Oh, man. He hit that ball terrible.
You're right. I got to remember that's there for shots.
Yeah.
The really, really bad ones.
I do like that. Yeah, it's funny.
He did that in one take. Got him in the sound booth here. One take. He's in and out.
I wouldn't even know that was faked. It sounded like it was cut.
It was.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
That was from his last stream.
Thank you, Mark James.
Yeah, Mark James says, great stream again, guys. Watching from Concordia, Kansas. Appreciate it. Adrian. I drive down from the UP to watch trick shots.
That's cool.
Usually drive down from the UP anyway. I went to school in Florence for 3 years, worked in Iron Mountain. That's not that far. Now they got the 4-lane highway. I mean, it only takes you about a couple hours, hour and a half maybe. Come on down, play some pool.
Yeah, people drive up there all the time for a very specific reason.
They do.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah, they got a great Wendy's down there.
Yeah.
I used to work there. It's kind of funny that you have to go through Iron Mountain, Michigan to get to Florence, Wisconsin? Let that one sink in. Don't ask me. I don't know. You're in Wisconsin. You go through Michigan to get back into Wisconsin. What?
Yeah.
It's not a peninsula. Like, what is it?
Wormholes. You went through a wormhole.
Well, it is kind of a peninsula. The UP.
UP.
Yeah. But it's not a peninsula on the south side. Let's be clear about that. For those that don't know
Yeah.
what the UP
The guy
is.
in Kansas has no clue what.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Yeah.
Stay as far away from the UP as you can.
Right. That's funny. Just do like local jokes and then realize we've got a countrywide, sometimes worldwide audience.
Did you see that bank?
Oh my goodness. I missed it. Can
what
we
a
watch
way.
it again?
Yeah, what a way to get out on that. Holy cow. Unbelievable. Yeah, we'll cue that up here. We got to see this replay.
Cue it up.
Cue It Up Podcast, one of our sponsors.
We'll cue that up quick.
Look at that. Just rolls it, gets shape on the 8. Unbelievable.
Yeah, pocket speed like that is pretty.
Wow. So I bet
Cheers slide.
your dad didn't think that after he missed that he'd get shape on the 7 and then cross bank it all the way over. Or what? Long rail bank, not cross bank. Adrian says, fighting words, eh? Yeah, I mean, the UP is very beautiful. You know, I'm not going to lie.
Nice save.
Adrian! I do remember one of the cities was filled with, I believe, all cousins.
Oh my
Wasn't sure how that worked.
God.
Yeah. My good buddy Scott.
They had like a town council.
It was like half the population. Yeah.
The town council. They've all got their like their last name and the little whatever right down the row.
Yeah. And I don't want to say his last name.
It's like Johnson,
Right,
Johnson,
right.
Johnson.
They all have the same name, first name too. It's really confusing. No, the UP is a magical place. We'll go back and forth there a little, Adrian. No, Duncan breaks, makes a ball. See if he can keep this string alive.
The string is alive.
The string, the stream, and the string.
What string?
The string of running racks. So what do we got? Travis says bank the 7.
That's
you were
like-
right.
That's like I've got in my car. You know when you open the door and it says the door is ajar.
The
Like what?
door
What do you
is
mean my
ajar.
door is ajar?
It's not a jar.
I said it's a door. You know,
It's just open.
it's not a jar.
Oh, boy. Don't quit your day job, Mason. Although we do need some new comedians.
Chris, what's the best part about a joke?
The
Timing.
punchline? Oh, yeah. You stole that from MH.
Yeah, I did. But I did it pretty good
You did.
the other week too. As I did it against MH, or with MH, but towards MH. I know that's what I get. It's really a bad thing that goes down with having to work with him every day.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, you start to.
You become numb to
Yeah,
bad
right.
dad
That's
jokes,
I know.
you
That's
Yeah.
all I. That's all I know.
That's all I know. Andrew Bundy, my cabin's in Florence. It's in Tipler, Wisconsin, off Highway 70. Tipler is very close. I remember Florence High School, all the little cities had to come to our school. Graduating class of like 40. It was like kindergarten all the way to high school in one building. It was amazing. It was a good time, though. See if I missed anything here. Oh, yeah. Shelley said, pool and golf are so much alike. Ask Jerry Bryseth. Ricky pool stroke is the same as putting. And Riley says, anyone play golf on the pool table? Not yet. Not that I've seen. I'm sure people have done it.
Is he talking about the pool game called golf?
Oh, yeah. That's actually a really cool game.
Because I like that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Earl Strickland would call placement pool.
Not quite.
But each player
No.
gets
You're
the
talking
same
about
thing.
something else.
Ah.
There's a thing that our main league runner here, Ron Sosnowski, does. And that's kind of like where you set up, right? That's what you're talking.
Yeah.
I think that's more technically called like bowling.
Right. Each player gets the same setup of balls, and they get to try to make them in the least amount of shots.
But there's a pool game called golf where you spot the ball.
Oh.
And you play against somebody and you have to make it in every pocket. And so when you make it in one of the pockets, you move to the next pocket, the one next to it.
Oh, I see. So that's different than Ron's game.
Yeah.
That's why I'm confused.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we should play that later because that's a fun game. You'd like that.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something different's always fun on the pool table.
Yeah. I missed how Kendall got to the table here.
He's just running them.
Yeah, but Duncan was up. He was shooting at the 5, I thought. Right?
Yeah,
Wasn't that
and
just
then
a second ago?
unforced error, and then your dad took over.
Yeah, I missed how he
We
how
did.
he got
You
up there.
were busy telling me your dad jokes.
Probably that's
Yeah.
what was.
And you're not a
going on.
dad yet. You shouldn't have dad jokes.
Well, I think they're the funniest.
They are. They're so dry.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I really do like that type of humor. Unfortunately.
Good time to thank our sponsors. Billet Spin, P Shower, JP Shower, great cues. They sponsor you.
Yeah, wonderful cues.
Mad Apple, obviously, the Pro Shop, Cue It Up Podcast, Cutthroat Q Sports.
Erickson Auto Trim, Clarion, Choice Hotel, we're connected to. John Kramer and the Wisconsin Billiards Hall of Fame. Great organization. Christensen,
Right.
Heating and Cooling, Papalock,
Papa-lock.
and Brownies, Carpet and Upholstery.
Oh, I could use a brownie.
We haven't had brownies here in a while, I feel like.
I mean, that's a shame.
Yeah, you know what we used to have too real good? Lemon Bar.
Oh, yeah, the
Remember
lemon
those?
bars. Man, you're making
my
me
God.
hungry. Let's
Yeah,
not do
I got-
this now.
I gotta send a message to Tom, our baker, and tell him to get on those lemon
Send a
bars.
message to Jen.
I had a piece
Tell
of
her to bring us some
we got
brownies.
like pumpkin pie here right now, so I've had
Whoa.
a slice. Oh, that was kind of funny. You could see it go all
Yeah.
the way into the.
It hid behind the door. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Would that be an unforced error? I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Here, let's replay that while we give Duncan a chance to settle up on the table.
That one makes me laugh, honestly.
It's like bing, bing, bing. I wonder if they could hear that at home.
Yeah.
Hitting the wall.
Let us know.
Yeah, we can't hear the table sounds. And again, the right side has a delay. The left side should match the audio.
Mm.
Bless you.
Is that loud?
Loud enough.
I'm shocked I only did one. Isn't that the weirdest thing? I find sneezing to be one of the weirdest things in the
It's just
world.
your body's way of trying to clear out something, like if you trimmed your nose hairs or something, you know?
Yeah.
Got to get those out.
Yeah, right. It's like resetting the filter.
Resetting the filter. True words there. I like that. Yeah. Oh, what do we got here? Travis says, love their podcast. Queued Up Podcast.
Yeah, were they on there? Were they one of the first ones up there?
Queued Up's on there for sure.
Okay.
Yep. I know Nate Mindham is, I don't know, trying to do some cool things with pros and, you know, events and trying to organize.
Well, I mean, Nate Mindham does cool things.
Oh, with
pros.
us, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like maybe do some kind of events or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and either way, I mean, he does have a nice podcast.
It's the best in the biz.
If you're a pool enthusiast, tune in because that's what they talk about.
Other than this new podcast that Emily started that had Jason Shaw on it telling all these really cool stories.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. I haven't tuned in yet, but I'd be interested.
Well, she's got the connection, you know? She can almost force him to sit down. You know, it's perfect, right? You got all the pros, all the top players from all over the world, and you can tell them to sit down and be in my podcast, and they have to say yes.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's
yeah,
amazing.
that's how Emily is. She's just like, sit down.
Yeah.
No.
Come here, sit.
Yeah, right.
We're doing a podcast. It's in your contract.
No, I'm sure they willingly.
Of course. It's good for the sport. I joke, of course.
Yeah,
if
and
Emily's
Jason-
listening, I just want
Right,
you to
right.
know that
Right.
we love you and we love what you're doing.
Yeah.
And anytime you want to come to the Mad Apple, you're more
Yeah,
than welcome.
definitely.
You can even sit in the booth.
And Jason Shaw, I mean, he's a big player for the players. He really is. He does a lot of work to try and.
It's amazing his history. I had no clue. I had no clue he lived with Earl Strickland.
Yeah, a lot of pros at one point or another kind of travel or live together.
How's
trying to
this
make
for
it
a
work.
table run, though? Just to pull it back.
Very good.
I mean, Duncan's must have found his gear. Anyway, yeah, Jason Shaw. Cool guy. I always thought he was just kind of a cocky, just pool player from Europe. But he actually spent quite a bit of time perfecting his skill here in the U.S., living with multiple pros. Unbelievable. All right, what do we got here? We got American Hustle. Drove that area. It's nice. Must be a trucker. The First Hit Wander, Upper Wormhole. I don't know what that means. I'm going to leave that one alone.
No, because I said wormhole for how you could go from Michigan. You got to drive through Michigan to get to Wisconsin.
Yeah, just for that little city.
Right,
Just
so
for
I said it
Florence.
was a wormhole.
That's got to be a dry break.
Oh, that 15 was trying to prove you wrong there.
Travis, if anyone wants to know, the fifth member for Team USA will be announced next week. We already know it's Earl Strickland. I don't know what the secret is. It's been outed. Everybody knows it's Earl Strickland.
It would be a switch up though if it's like they
Well, it's either going to be Earl or Tate.
Tate.
Yeah, Tate. Four-ball Tate. Four-ball Tate. He's going to be forever known as Four-ball.
Yikes.
Sorry, Tate.
Yeah, he's a good kid. That's tough.
Well, I was thinking they'd bring someone young in, right? Maybe you. Anyone. Bring someone young in, right? Right now, they're just rolling with the same old.
I
same
actually
old.
would love to see Earl jump in there. I'm excited if
I
it
would
is
love it, too.
Earl. I was really looking forward to him being on last year, and then unfortunately he was pulled away. So I think it's only right, honestly, in a certain way.
Yeah, because
Get the guy's hopes up, man. And then
he was on a plane. Someone had COVID. He didn't have COVID, and he couldn't play.
Well, there were videos of him, walking in, ready to get prepped. So
Yeah, it's not fair.
yeah. So I'd be actually very excited to see Earl get on there this year. That's my pick.
Riley says in Laos, there are only 7 surnames. Interesting, Riley, that you know that. Must be a lot of fun at parties. Bill Sorensen says, when is a door not a door? When it's a jar. Oh, he's building off of your dad joke there. Adrian, bring the brownies, Paul says. Yeah, we could all use some brownies. Oh, no. Unforced error on that scratch by Kendal. I thought he could get away from that scratch by cutting it thin with a little running, but no, it went right in. Mark James, I signed up a couple of months ago for the Knights. How do I find out where you're at on the list? You got to contact Patrick Lynn. He is now the list leader, the curator of the lists.
Yeah, it's like a baton we pass around, you know.
It's like Schindler's
hey,
List.
it's your turn now.
Right? Well, no. So Patrick Glenn, he's a retired Marine. He's playing in the Marines Armed Forces tournament this weekend. Great cause. Look it up if you're interested in donating. But he holds the list now. I mean, he's like 40.
Well, he's a very loyal court match commentator.
Oh yeah, he's here every Sunday.
And loves it. So he's makes sense. I didn't know that till today. I didn't hear that news. So
yeah, well, your dad
good
can't
for me
do
to know
it.
because
It's
I
tough.
get a lot of questions on it too. Especially at one point, I was handling a lot of it. So
if you need any help looking for Patrick Glenn and you can't find him on Facebook, let me know. We'll point you to the right direction. He hasn't taken over yet, but he's getting close. He has access, so he can look you up and make sure you're on there.
okay, so you announce it to give him a real little taste on.
He knows. No, it's already
okay.
done. I mean, he's ready.
Yeah,
He has signed the contract. He is now a paid employee of the Mad Apple Xstream.
There you go.
And he is the list master. We're going to call
That's
it.
in the job title.
It is.
Okay.
Glenn's List. That's what we'll call it. So what do we got here? Look
Up.
tough, right, on the 12?
Does it go in the side? Who knows? No, it doesn't. I'm looking right at it down this way.
So he used inside on that. I think he wanted to hit the 12.
That's kind of weird.
It is. But he can easily play a safe now. I mean,
No, I think he's going to come into this, break it out, come 2 rails,
that'd be aggressive.
cut the corner, and or does he think it goes? He
Oh.
must think it goes past that 8, but I'm shocked that he didn't take it earlier.
Right. Yeah, right.
He was
exactly.
right on it a second ago.
Been a lot easier to shoot it first.
No, I mean I think he got a good angle on it, but it was still seemingly easy when he was on it the first time.
Beautiful shot, though. So that's the kind of thing that happens is like when you can control the cue ball as well as these guys do, you can do whatever you want.
Kind of.
You know, go 3 rails for a leave instead of just a stop shot.
Yeah,
Whatever
right,
makes
right,
you
right.
happy, you know. Well, all right. Let's see what we got here. Give you a little view of the pool room. You should have seen the bleachers for the Queens match on Sunday.
I
They
heard
were
about
full.
that. I heard about
There
that.
was people cheering. It was unbelievable. It went hill. That video is on our channel, by the way. It's the Queen of the Hill last Sunday. I mean, go watch it. It's free. You don't need to download anything. You don't need to pay for anything. It's free. Make pool great again.
Just a reminder, anybody that's interested in playing a pool tournament tomorrow and you have a Fargo that is under 580, we're running one. Dings 580 and under. Calcutta starts at 10, so it's a $60 entry. Race to 5 on the winners, 4 on the losers. And again, we'll open at 7 a.m. for breakfast. We got a good breakfast menu.
That should be fun. I was thinking about playing in it, even though my rating isn't that high, just to get some experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good idea. You can play pretty good sometimes. so.
Yeah, I mean,
How often or how long did you hold the Jesters?
7
didn't you?
weeks, and then Shelly knocked
Yeah.
me out.
It was like one of the longest reigns, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean it
the
until
time, for
Mike
sure, right?
Gaines
Yeah.
won 6, and then got into a fender bender, and then so it wasn't consecutive.
Just to be clear.
I was just
to
making
be clear. he
Yeah,
says.
but then he
Yeah.
came back and won like another 7, I think. So yeah, that guy, man, you couldn't beat him. Yeah, it was a pretty good run.
I'd say so.
And then Shelly, she's chatting in chat here. She beat me, and then lost the next week or something. It was brutal. It wasn't fair.
Some questions on who was that Queen match that was so good.
Oh. Let's see. Well, Andrew said that Queen's match was nuts. So much nerves on the hill. The Queen's match was Sean and Tammy.
Okay.
Sean Gretzky.
Yeah, and Tammy Forbes.
Tammy Forbes. That's not her full last name anymore.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? I've known her since I was a kid.
Right.
So that comes to my mind.
I know
right
Forbes
away.
is the first thing,
Yeah, right.
but that's her
Yeah, I
non-married
remember
name.
that now. Yep. We'll get back to you. on
Yeah,
that one.
we'll figure that out eventually. Sorry, Tammy. Mark says, how do you spell Patrick's last name? It's Glenn. Glynn. Patrick Glenn. Feel free to friend him. He's doing promotions for all the military tournaments that they do. So,
You know what I like is when he and his brother
oh yeah,
come
His
up and they
brother's cool.
commentate, and then they've got down in the marker down there it says the Glynn brothers,
yeah,
like the Grimm brothers. If you don't
right.
make that connection, but
The brothers Glenn.
yeah,
I think it was.
right,
yeah,
right.
the brothers Glenn.
I like
Yeah, they're
that.
pretty cool. His brother's pretty good too.
Yeah, I know they both really like pool, so
Can't get him to come back though. He's working. See, unlike Patrick, he's retired. The only thing he does is build his wood shop in his garage. So he's got plenty of time for commentary. Well, Duncan pulls another game here. I mean, he's playing flawlessly.
yeah, he's kind of snapped back into it, trying to take the lead. One more game, it's tied up here.
Yeah, Kendal got a little bit of a boost.
Was that a break and run?
No.
No.
He broke dry. And then unforced error by Kendal got him back to the table. I did it. So we're doing pretty good, man. Honestly, like the stats thing, like is hard to do. And it seems like nobody else can do it. We're both doing it.
Well, yeah, that's.
We'll see if I can get through some of these chats, man. I'm falling behind.
I remember the other week I was kind of manning more of the switches or all
can
of the
do
switches really, and I know that if you help out a little bit as your back seat drive, passenger seat drive.
But it helps keep you focused on the game too, because I know we get a little
Yeah,
off
that's
topic
true.
sometimes. It's just what we do. It's what we do here.
Look at this safety brake. You believe that?
Oh yeah, the Golden Break podcast.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yep.
what it was.
Yep.
Thanks,
New
Travis.
Matchroom podcast.
Yeah,
with
the
Emily
Matchroom.
Fraser.
Really awesome. I feel like it's going to be even better if they do anything near what they did with Jason Shaw, which I think was their first episode. You can find that on YouTube.
Yeah, I got to watch the full thing. I like the little teaser clip that they.
Just enough to get you interested.
Yeah, another
Uh-oh.
miscue there. That's
What kind of tip does he use?
oh wow. Yeah, that's his fault, isn't it? I think he uses
An elk master?
yeah, or something
Yeah.
like LePro.
Well, see, that's funny that he went from a How to an elk master.
Well, he was playing with a Predator Victory Soft for a long time.
Oh, but those are the best. I mean, in my opinion,
Yeah, right.
as far as I'm concerned, it's a nice tip that you can find, and if you need it, they're always in stock. It is what it is. Kind of like Kamui. You know you can always find them.
Yeah, that is the one problem I'm having with How right now.
Can't get them.
Right. I played with the How hard for, I don't know.
How hard is it?
2 or 3 years. It's pretty hard.
Is it?
No, it's soft, actually.
How hard is soft?
Yeah, it's like more medium.
Hmm.
How hard is medium-ish?
So that's the
medium
opposite
hard.
of Predator Victories.
How hard is like a Kamui medium-ish.
Okay. Interesting. Because the Predator Victories are kind of like that. They're harder than normal. Like if you get a soft, it's more on the medium side.
Oh, okay.
Tyler Starr plays with a Predator Victory medium, that's a pretty hard tip.
Yeah, I'm a fan of hard
Maybe I should
hitting
try it.
tips.
All the
Stiff
good players
cues.
are using them. Hard tip, stiff cue.
That's right.
All right. We'll catch up here. Fifth player, Louis Newt from Little Chute, Wisconsin. That'd be fine. Ricky. And Mark, you got the last name now for Glenn. Andrew, yep, the Queen's match was amazing. Oh, I see. That's where. Yeah, it was Sean Gretzky and Tammy Forbes.
Gretzinger, right?
Gretzinger?
Yeah.
Oh, I keep thinking the Gretzky. Not the hockey player. Not the hockey player. And then it says, can you play in that tournament without a rating, Adam? You have to have a Fargo rating with at least 200 games for robustness. It's not hard to get a Fargo rating. You just got to play in some weeklies that report.
Yep, and we run 3 of them.
Yep, Andrew says you have to have a Fargo. Seems to be impossible to play in tournaments without a Fargo. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Adam? I'd love to play in more tournaments that are just like no pressure, no rating. John Fields does a long race 9-ball. That's a lot of fun. $20, no Calcutta. Fills the place. Paper brackets for the most part. Oh, Andrew says, is the mic on the table new? Yes, it is, Andrew. We're working the kinks out because we got to do sound suppression on the music. It's not easy. We got noise suppression and a sound gate, and they're fighting each other, so... We're trying something new, something that we feel we can perfect as we go. As Mason said, another dimension.
Yes, welcome to the new dimension.
That was a great shot. Leaves the 5. A little scary to get back to the 4, though,
Very
right?
scary. Shoot the 4 now.
Shoot the 4 now. I like that idea. And you kind of have to, jack up a little bit.
Naturally, off the rail like that, it can be...
Yeah, that was a little strange because he underhit it. He wanted to hit that harder.
Yeah, he kind of like on his backstroke, he let up.
Yeah.
When he was
like a
accelerating
deceleration.
Forward. Yeah, right.
I think that's Derek's favorite word, deceleration. Yeah, Andrew says Kendall went to a LaPro. We do believe it is a LaPro. Hard to say if that's causing the issue. I don't really know. Those are just like single, like they're like milk duds, right? There's no layers.
Right. But that can mean that there's flaw marks more depending on what curve you're at. What depth of the tip
that was
is
not
on top.
Kendall's gonna have to kick it in here.
Yeah, well, Duncan's made him sit for a while, so
He's a little cold coming
Yeah.
off the chair.
right. He's got to fire up.
So Adam
And
says,
he's shooting quick because he's trying to
He
fire
is.
up.
Yeah,
Fire up.
doesn't it?
Quick
I
fire.
hate that. Yeah, like you sit and then you feel like you have to make up the time. No, you don't. You don't have to make up the time.
Well, that's parts of the game that I think is so interesting.
Right.
It's elusive. I mean, really, you sit there and it's like you're battling the clock.
Versus a slow player.
Well, yeah, and just the whole, match aura. Then you realize, hey, I've played 13 games so far. I'm on the 13th game. And you're lost in the moment. It's very interesting.
They could have one of those chess things where you hit the timer when it's your shot.
Start the clock.
Click, 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 click.
Quiet, please.
Yeah. Extension.
Extension called.
We could soundbite all that stuff. Hey, we're working on it. We got sound on the table. Now we just need a shot clock and a rack girl.
5 seconds.
So Adam says, I'm in 2 weekly leagues, and in another weekly would shorten my life expectancy. Married guys, you know what I mean. Yeah, you can only play so much pool. On the flip side, I don't know, maybe you're a little younger, but my kids are getting towards the 18, 20s out of the door. And after about 20 years, the wife's like, you got to find a hobby. So if you need any tips, guys, I'll let you know. I mean,
You're installing tips now?
I'm not playing enough pool, according to my wife.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No.
That's funny. Uh-oh. What does that mean?
We'll leave it up for interpretation. That was a good little bump there on
Yeah.
the 9.
Slowed it down. Little draw, come back. Yeah, okay. Slide out for the 8. Beautiful. So Andrew says the timing on the sound's off. I don't know, man. You can't look at the right table. You have to look at the left table. Maybe it is a little off. I mean, I was testing it earlier, and it was pretty much within. So you know what the sound is? The sound is only picking up the ball when it hits the pocket or goes into the pocket. So you're probably hearing the ball return, not so much the pocket. Now, what we'd like to do, we'd like to put a mic in each pocket and tie them all together, and also have a mic above the table so you can hear the tip and the balls ticking together and get all that nice, crisp sound. But for that to happen, we'd have to turn the jukebox off, and we'd have to kick everyone out. It needs to be a quiet, like, I mean, think about it. All the Matchroom events, they're all quiet, except the Moscone.
At the end, yeah.
So we're trying something new here. We're trying to do Moscone level audio with copyrighted material blasting in the background and people yelling and cussing on all the other tables during the
Right.
weekly tournament. So, yeah. Yeah, Adam or Andrew, watch the left table and listen to it as if it was the pocket return, and let me know if it's still behind. Yeah, Ben says just eliminate the right screen. You know, a lot of people like the right screen, though. Now, the reason why the right screen has a delay is so that you can have a replay, a built-in replay. Adam Yeager will be your rack girl. Whatever works.
I think the only time people feel that the right screen should go away, you got to watch it on a TV, man.
Right, you got to watch it on a really big TV.
If it's on the phone, you know, I mean, yeah, it's cutting off, you know, a third of your screen, but
Yeah, if you've got like a 50-inch or bigger TV, go to YouTube and cast it right to the TV in like high definition. It's a lot nicer. I mean, the table's so big.
well, and it's different. So if you watch it for a while, a lot of people end up finding the benefit in it.
Right. So the left screen is live and the right screen has a delay. That's just kind of how it's built. What streaming software? I built it. It's called the Chris G OBS package. But I did time it, unless the NDI cameras got a little out of sync, which they do. You know. Well, see, and that's the thing. You're hearing the ball go in the pocket, and that would be about a second later. So I turned it down a little bit. So maybe it's just a little more background soundy. We do have to perfect it and do appreciate all the feedback. MH told me all this stuff right away, too, when he got in. He was like, they don't want to hear what's inside the table. They want to hear the pockets. They want to hear the clicks. I'm like, well, how? I can't turn the jukebox off. Interesting follow there. Did he get enough?
Yeah.
Just enough for the 9?
I think so.
Now, this will be a break and run. So Ben and Lulu says we used to live 100 miles from Appleton, and about 1,000 now about 1,000 miles. If you know where Toma is, that's where we used to live. Oh yeah, I've heard of Toma. I don't think I've ever been there. Nice leave by Duncan. Oh,
Whoa.
is that another miscue?
Very shocking.
See if you can time those
I wonder if they must have heard Duncan's cue go off hard. There,
That's what
right?
I'm thinking, because
Yeah.
he hit the cue on the table, so
I
you
can
should
hear
that.
I can hear it up here.
Bing, bing, bing. Let us know if that lined up.
It's kind of pretty sounding, though. You know, those carbon shafts now, they've got such a high-pitched twang to them. It's almost like music.
It's kind of funny. It depends. What does he use for a shaft? Because that was pretty twangy. Duncan's got a Jacoby with a Revo shaft.
That's what I was going to say. No.
You were on it.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering because it did sound a little hollow, and the pea showers have more of a wood sound to them.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, right? I mean, carbon. Not all carbon fibers are the same.
Yeah, no, and I was able to be a part of the process when pea shower first came out with their carbons. I hit with a lot of their test shafts and gave opinions, and
So like the beta testing.
yeah, and they actually, I found out that between different carbon shafts, there's a lot of there's different thickness in different areas, different levels of thickness in different areas. So
Well, whatever Jacoby does versus, Predator versus McDermott, they all sound different. They all hit different. They all have a different feel. I don't know how that's possible because they're all the same shaft. But they do something inside. Yeah, I got the stat there for that one. It would have been a break and run by Duncan, but he missed the 8.
mm-hmm.
And then, Kendal missed the 5, which is an unforced error. I think he was trying to force the leave back down the table on the 4 instead of maybe just taking the 4 up in the corner. I don't know. I mean, he's down 2 games now, so something's got to change, right?
No.
No?
Nothing ever has to change, does it? Let's take a look at some of Duncan's information here.
All right, Fred, thank you.
Favorite game for Duncan is One Pocket. I knew that. What started your interest in pool? And he responded, good question.
What? No answer. That's not right.
Well, he must not know then. That's probably what it is. Let's see.
Adam, yeah, I was playing with the offset and I got it perfect, but NDI cameras, they kind of slow down as the stream goes on. So we'll check that out again.
We asked Duncan what has been your favorite win in competition.
What'd he say?
He said, back in the day, casino tournaments, 128 players with $40 entry. 2000 first place, I won 2 of them. And then, one at Turtle Lake and the Windy City Open. He beat Shane Van Boning his first match, 7-4.
Really?
And then ended up taking second to Tommy Hernandez. That was around 2006, he says.
I mean, he's got history with pool, right?
Oh,
it doesn't get much better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Duncan Kaufman. I mean, he's been around, and so has Kendal. I mean, Kendall's been in the pool scene for, both these guys forever.
Yeah. Yeah. He likes The Color of Money. Do you like that movie, Chris?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my favorite is The Hustler.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't you dare say what I thought you were gonna say.
Well, I watched The Hustler.
The Hustler's a great movie. I thought you were gonna say your favorite's Pool Hall Junkies, and as much as I kind of like it, I also really don't.
I do like watching it, once in a great while because of the actors that are in it.
Oh yeah, such good acting.
Right.
Yeah.
More cowbell. Well, some of them. I said some of them. Like 2 good actors.
No, that's what I found goofy about watching it for the first time, actually. I thought the acting was... looked like a home movie.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem you get with some of this.
Yeah.
You know, so The Hustler was an amazing movie.
The Hustler is like a great film. You know, you don't have to like pool necessarily. It's just a great film, really, honestly. So
There is a little delay there.
ooh.
Someone. There, let's change it to... We'll try that.
You got to hit test or not?
No.
No? Interesting.
I'm going to adjust the offset on the fly, Adam, just for you. We're going to perfect this together, guys. It's a team effort.
Really, it is.
It's for the juniors. We got to get the sound perfect. It was perfect, though, so I don't know what happened. Maybe, could be like processing power. You know, we got to sync up the cameras and the sound and everything on timestamp. I don't know. It's just, it's tough.
Yeah.
It still didn't seem right. Maybe I overshot it. Here, let me change it down. You know what? Andrew might be right. Yeah, it's a little early now. Let's make it 0. We're working with you guys. Well, you know, it's not the software; it's the NDI camera setup. For the technical out there, I don't want to bore everybody, but you know, they go over the network, and it's a little slow.
Yeah, I was like,
Well, so Duncan, I mean, this could be a break and run, right?
just like before every rack.
We'll change it back to pool.
Before every rack. Hey, this one could be a break and run here.
I mean, this is an opportunity for a
That's the
break
possibility.
and run. He didn't break dry.
He's still shooting.
I need him to hit a hard shot. I need it to pop the back of the pocket, or maybe a jump
Well, then he's
shot.
gonna have to miss, and
Neither one of
my
these.
dad will have to go up there.
The only way I could test it is every break shot.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah, Adam's an IT engineer and a pool player, so you know the feeling. Hey, if you move to Appleton, you can volunteer to help us out. Ooh, I don't think that's going, and that is a foul.
Oh, man. He hit that ball terrible.
I kind of hate that I laugh at that, but it's funny.
It's Taylor Collar. You can't not like it.
Well, Is that a... Did he just miss with ball in hand?
Oh, I can't do the Taylor Collar thing twice in a row. We don't want to overdo it now.
I think that's the time to do it, though.
Just keep on hitting it.
No.
Every ball is a rail.
If anybody's watching, just peep in here. Just say hi.
Oh, John Fields in the house. Just peep in. Just say hi. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Kendal. I feel like from the first 8 games, right? First, I don't know, 4 to 6, let's say. He was rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if, running. A lot of times, see, the fact that he owns the business and people come up to him and ask him 1,001 questions, while you're playing, that doesn't help. I'm not giving him excuses here. Andrew says foul. Yep. You don't need a Fargo to help with the stream. You can maybe even commentate on Sundays, which is the OS, the open stream. We do guest commentators. We do the Queen of the Hill, the Jesters, the Knights, challenge matches, all local challenge matches. It shouldn't even, I don't know if it should say local. A lot of people travel.
I'm quite interested. Avenue Auto. Thank you. Federer is continuing his tear.
Unbelievable, huh?
Yeah, he's such a monster.
Federgorst. The next American Mosconi Cup.
Well, he's like, honestly, he's such a super cool guy. Go and watch his What's in the Bag with Carl Boyce.
Oh, yeah. Super smooth.
And that shows you his personality a bit. He's just a cool guy.
Well, and he came to WSPA in Appleton last year,
that's
right?
That's right.
He was just hanging out. I mean, he was in Appleton, Wisconsin, just hanging out,
Yeah.
giving lessons. Uh-oh.
It's 2 in a row.
Might be the opportunity that Kendal needed.
Well, this happened last time, though, and Kendal wasn't out, so...
You know, the 10-9 are about the only problems here, right? What are you shooting first?
I like the 11.
Build your confidence.
In a way, yeah. That's way too hard. I don't know what that was about.
I think he was going for the breakup.
Yeah.
Back and forth, break up the 10-9. Didn't work.
Yeah.
He's got another chance here, though, right?
Yeah, but I don't think you really need to break it out. You can just shoot the 9 and the 10 in the right pocket, the right side pocket. He's running out of options here, so... See, and this is where I don't like that he's still kind of got his picked up pace type scenario.
I think the sound was on, and now I'm messing with it because people are watching the right side. And now I've moved it all over the place. What do you do here? What would you do here? You got the 9 and the 10. They go nowhere.
They do go somewhere, though.
Well,
That's
the
what I
9 will
said.
go on the side.
Yeah, he
right?
should have, and the 10, I think. He should have played cleaner shape
Right.
to have gotten on a natural angle to come inside of it. Now you've kind of got to just... I feel like he's going to try to go for it again. And another miscue.
That's the third miscue today.
Well, Dad, if you listen to this later, I'd suggest a new tip. Pros are not working for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's crazy. Even Duncan miscued once.
Well, then somebody wet the chalk.
The chalk's wet. Is that a thing? People do that?
Did I just expose an age-old secret? Yeah, it was a thing. You don't know that one? This is the time. Chris just turned like Rain Man on me and was, twisted his head sideways and was counting the amount of ticks on the balls.
It's strange. It's like backwards. It's not an offset. You need a negative offset.
Is it that there's 2 mics and one's picking up one and one's picking up another?
No, because they're reading together.
Is it an echo in the side of the echoey table that produces multiple?
No.
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 Huh.
Bang time! Hey, I haven't seen you for a while, man.
How did that 15 go straight in? I don't understand.
That's
that.
kind of wild, right? Just shoots right in, and then nothing else moves. Oh, maybe the chalk was wet. Kendall just went and grabbed a new chalk. Is it possible that the chalk was sitting in like a puddle of like ice water, you know, from the table?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a safety. Here, we'll see if we can take a look at that replay. I don't know if the timing's going to be right. Take a look at it.
That's
Boom.
weird. See, I'm telling you, that was strange.
3 in the side breaks up to 2 in the 6. 8 doesn't really have a home other than what, bottom right corner?
Well, he picked solids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll cut the 6 now and probably
Come back
bump
into it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So the 5 still goes to the right corner. You gotta watch that 8. Almost went in the side.
Ooh, that would have not been a friendly roll. 2 to the 4, 5.
Ugh.
Just hung the 2.
Not too good.
Not too many problem balls for Duncan.
You know what's wild for me when I'm up in the booth?
What's that, Mason?
I am not a talker.
Well, you are.
No, I'm not. 'Cause I probably say more words during a commentary than all week.
Maybe. I mean, you are sitting up here for a couple hours.
Yeah, it's pretty wild for me. And I get like, my throat's sore. I'm like,
Well, you and your dad get the same way. Like, if he's commentating for you, and if you commentate for him, and you start to lose or something doesn't go your way, he gets upset and quiet.
I don't think I'm doing much of that.
I think a little.
Right now?
I can feel it.
Really?
Yeah, the more that your dad misses shots and maybe doesn't get out when you know he should, I think deep down you kind of have that connection, you know?
That's strange.
It affects both of you. I've seen it. That's why it's tough. It's got to be tough to commentate for your dad and be biased.
I feel like I do
Non-biased.
okay at it.
Non-biased, I mean.
But yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
mean in a
yeah.
certain way.
Okay, Andrew says that's 500 milliseconds early. I don't even know. Andrew, it's weird because the mics are in the table, and we don't have one outside of the table. And I turned it down.
That's pretty funny, though.
So what do we got here? Bank D8. Not that. Never mind. Yikes. Andrew, thanks. Bank time. Hurricane Ian got us. Yeah. Hurricane Ian, man. He's going to stick around for a while. That's the Jesters matches on Sunday if you guys are interested. And you can go watch those videos if you want. They're all on this YouTube channel.
Is that not a real hurricane?
It is. Oh! You're not talking about Ian, the player. You're talking the real hurricane.
No.
See, I named him
He's
Hurricane.
talking detrimentally.
Yeah.
He's talking like his life was just ripped apart.
yeah. Sorry about that, Bang Time.
You're
No.
talking about our
Yeah, so we have a
Our
jester
pool
named
match.
Ian,
condolences, my man.
and I named him Hurricane Ian. Yeah, that hurricane was a while ago. But, yeah, I'm sure there's some cleanup out there, man. I haven't seen you for a while.
But I guess we found a good nickname now.
I mean, I thought it was clever until this miscommunication here, because I forgot. Yeah, Bang Time's, over there.
Oh, man.
That's funny. Who would have thought? No more nickname generation
Wow,
for
that
me.
was a good shot.
That was amazing. Good old Duncan. I have a taste for donuts.
It's because you keep saying Duncan all night.
Oh, yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. Does Duncan have a nickname? Everybody out there knows Duncan way better than I do. Does he have a nickname?
Duncan Coffee.
Yeah, we were going to mic up the players. But again, the jukebox ruins everything. Nice shot. Nice out. Little unfortunate for your dad. Kendall. Sorry. It's hard for me to say Kendall to you.
I've said it like at least 12 times.
I know.
tonight,
You're better
so.
at it than I am. I guess I could be. Yeah, I stopped messing with the sound. Let's see. The sound camera, if you get it synced up, yeah.
He said, what would you two have loved to talk about?
I mean, we just talk about random things like hurricanes and the UP. John, honestly, I'm enjoying both the pool and the commentary. Hey, we appreciate it. You know, we're working on some technical stuff here. And at the same time, hoping Kendall catches that gear, keeps this match nice and tight.
But Duncan's playing some solid pool.
Right.
Yeah.
He is. Have you guys ever done Mason versus Kendall? Yes. Some of the early King of the Hills. And those were the best King of the Hills.
Well, we were the very first King of the Hill match, too.
First match.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, when my dad came up with the idea, he said, you know, I want to do this. You know, how should we do the first one? I said, well, why don't we just play?
Right.
And
it was cool.
Worked it out that way.
And it was cool because the pool hall closed.
Yeah, right. That was during, the closed
Jukebox was
era
off.
of businesses.
No sound.
Ran at
Just-
like 11 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, man, those went forever. Like, there was
We
a
were
couple
up till-
4 a.m. matches.
Yeah, literally 3,
Oh,
4 a.m.
man.
Yep.
Brutal.
Kind of a certain amount of me liked it, though. You know, I mean, it's so underground at that time. It's kind of pretty cool.
Well, this looks like I don't want to do the jinx, right? But what would you shoot here? 12, then the 13, or 12, 9? I mean, it's tough. You got to get back to the 8. So this is the tricky shot right here. You got to get good on the 9 so you can come back over for the 8. And that's just about perfect.
Oh, he's got the angle now to kind of. Does he come through the 2 and the 3 and hit it a little harder? I know he drew down.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
I would have thought, yeah. You found your recliner position. We found a trick.
Trying. Yeah, a little trick. Because it's starting to get to the Mason hour where wackoness is gonna start spewing out of my mouth.
Oh, it's the no oxygen thing again, huh?
Yeah. I know you tried to help me here with this fan, but
You can always crack the door and get a little oxygen in here.
yeah.
So yeah, one hit was saying mic up the players, and I did mention, and that's what we got. We got all the DJI mics.
Did anything go there? That was
No.
a weird break.
Tons of movement, but a dry break. So yeah, the jukebox ruins all that stuff, you know. Preston Duncan, the Intimidator Kaufman. Is that real? Is that his official nickname? The Intimidator. But I remember those days, those first King of the Hills, man. I remember sitting in the back room, and we'd close the door and be quiet. And we were doing ring games and stuff. Like, we were afraid to come out. We didn't want to distract. Because, I mean, the two-person tournament fees were pretty high back then. You know? Had some pretty good challenge matches. I'll just leave it there. Until they got normalized. I think the new norm now
we
is
went
100.
mainstream.
Yeah. Went mainstream and lowered the entry fee so we can get some challengers.
But I believe this is another week where this one's for double.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been doubling it, 1,000 in the middle. I do believe.
I do believe.
Little safety action there by Duncan.
Doesn't the 9 go?
The 9 most definitely goes.
I didn't think it'd go like that. Thought he'd actually hit it a little better.
Well, I mean, at that point, you just got to make the ball, right? I mean, that's my Fargo level speaking. I just want to make the ball. One hit says, who usually wins between Mason and his dad?
Me.
Definitely Mason. Mason's on the pro tour now, where his dad just owns a business.
Yeah, right. It's I know it's like everybody does ask that question, right? Yeah. But it's kind of it's funny, man. I mean, I've heard that question.
Like
I've
your
played
whole
since I was
life.
11. Yeah,
Right.
right.
It's an interesting
I mean-
question because when did you start to beat him?
Yeah,
And
I
was
was
it a
I was probably
revelation?
15, 14, 15, honestly.
You
so.
started passing him up.
at least competing against him when we.
How did he
you know.
take that? He's a competitive guy. You both are.
Yeah, I mean we're quiet, but I mean he's still obviously one of the more proud people of me, so it's cool. I mean, and I'm proud of him. I like what he does, so it's it's just the same as any competitive respect that I'd have with any other player,
Right.
There's tons of players that I've got respect with, mutual respect between and stuff, so it's the same, really. It's just like we have two different interactions,
Well, I remember
and
when
at 23 now we have a lot less of a,
right.
dad.
It's more of a he understands what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, like for
You know.
right, and be more of just a place of helping.
Right.
Yeah, but it's more honestly like for a few years now. It's just been like friends more than anything. It's not
Which is what happens when you get older.
right. Hopefully,
It's tough though. As a father, it's tough to not, give advice to your kids, even though it's like.
well, and I'll take it. I mean, I get, as I'll take advice from a lot of people.
It takes a certain maturity. So the kids go from not wanting any advice to, my son will call me.
right.
And he'll be like, so the landlord charged us $40 to bring a spare key over. And then he didn't write a receipt. He was really rude about it. He's like, what would you do? Like, what?
Yeah,
He's, I'm like, it's kind of your fault, right? Don't, he's like, well, you took advantage of my girlfriend. He's starting to ask me questions. And then instead of like jumping off the deep end or doing something crazy or causing an argument, right? That just comes with age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at 16, I bet you didn't want to take any advice.
I was starting to turn around, but
Okay.
yeah, there was.
Right
but
around.
I had a pretty unique kind of time
Right.
growing up, so I was a little early on a lot of things like that, but
This is like the Mason podcast.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
No, that's what happens when you ask the questions
The
in
lingo.
the chat.
It's not very often. Oh. I'm not sure.
Oh, man. He hit that ball
Oh my
terrible.
God.
Thanks, Taylor. Be careful now, Taylor. Don't want to rub it in too much. So, yeah, John, we're working on it. Monday mornings were brutal, though. I like, oh, yeah, when the Sunday, or no. I like, oh, yeah, because the King of the Hill was on Sunday originally.
Yeah. For a long
Oh,
time.
man, that was rough.
For longer than Fridays, it was on Sunday.
And that was the major switch.
Yeah.
That's what caused a lot of the problems, is like just switching the days around. And honestly, it works out a lot better because better players can travel on a Friday and then they get a free hotel here at the attached Clarion.
Yeah, right. I don't think it caused too many problems. I think it was actually
Some of the movements.
the best for the.
I think it was great. It was a good decision. No complaints here. Because doing everything in one day was just, whoo, man.
Right.
That was a lot of commentary.
Well, right.
and
That's
a
why
lot
I'm
of
saying,
setup.
like,
yeah.
From Sunday to Friday, breaking it up is way better.
This is a tough 5-ball.
Look at that.
Not tough enough. Beautiful shot by Duncan. Great shape on the 4 to the 7. Pretty natural out here. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Fred. I forgot that it was on Sundays. Yeah, man, those were late nights. Because I had to work at 7 a.m. I didn't do a lot with the stream back then.
No, but we
So,
did.
I watched
Sundays were. It was originally Sunday at like 11, then it was like Sunday at 8.
Right, moved it up.
Earlier, right? Yeah, and then
We ran out of players because they couldn't. They all had to work.
yeah, and then
like
and
we
then
can't
moved it to Friday, and it's been working great in this time slot for a long time.
So if you're interested in challenging the Kings, right? Maybe you got a Fargo 600, 700, whatever, and you want to take them on, and you're okay with Friday, a free hotel room, and a gift basket, sign up.
If you're okay with that, if you're okay with the free hotel,
Yeah.
you
Are
know,
you okay with this?
Are you okay with a free hotel?
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is different on each mic. Because as soon as I get it set right, then it's like something else.
No, I don't think that's it. No.
No. Mason's right. I should have listened. I'm stubborn. I'm like 95 years old, and I'm still stubborn. So Adrian says, I was shooting most of my games in an old church, converted into a biker bar during COVID. Purple Lightning.
Well, that's a switch up, man.
Wow. And that's up in the UP, huh? Adair? Up in the UP.
That's what they do up there in the UP there, eh?
During COVID, they hide out in a church and play pool to avoid the policia.
That's super.
I think that's awesome.
That's super.
Good for you guys. Roland Starr says, hopefully watch Mason in the Moscone Cup in the future.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yes,
would be
thank you.
amazing.
That's what I keep pushing for. I actually just ran into a great partnership that I joined together with a company that's I'll be announcing that later this week. That'll start allowing me a lot more opportunity to go and play these events. So, yep, I'll be announcing that this week. But thank you. I feel pretty close. I want to just keep doing what I can, and that's the goal.
We're all rooting for you. And you know what? They haven't picked yet.
Well, yeah, no, it won't be this year. But
I don't know. You played in a lot of the Matchroom sponsored events, and you were pretty high up there on the list.
I actually didn't play in so many. That's why I'm excited for this next year. But I was up in the list. I was.
That's exactly.
Yeah, I was on the list for it. So,
Bill, you can play in the Kings match with no Fargo, as long as your wallet's thick. Fargo really doesn't come into play on the Kings. It's kind of old school, right? And that was kind of the dream, is just two pool players just going at it, 2-person tournament, money in the middle.
Long set, no handicap, So Fargo really doesn't come into play other than it's on the scoreboard.
You know, people build odds based on the Fargo ratings. But they're not always correct. So now, I personally wouldn't challenge the Kings because my inconsistency, it'd be a challenge. And it'd be a lot of fun, but it wouldn't be fun to watch if I'm missing easy balls because I'm nervous or whatever. You know, so you gotta be prepared for the competition, right? But yeah, you could just come off the street and say, I want to sign up for the King of the Hill. It is an open challenge.
We'd be like, who is this guy?
It'd be interesting.
Somebody should do that. Like, just walk in with a disguise.
I mean, most pool players now have a Fargo rate.
Yeah.
There's no more anonymity.
But that's what I'm saying. Just like, if you're from out of state, don't give us your real name.
Oh, yeah.
Come in with the disguise.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Get the free hotel and rob the King of the Hill. Come join us.
But one of the rules for King of the Hill is you got to play multiple times. So if you win, you got to keep coming back, you know, unless family emergency, work, things like that.
But
right?
if you're a true hustler, you're staying in a hotel anyway, and
right on. Yeah, you know who that reminds me of? Mark Tad.
yeah.
I remember when he walked in, and I said, he's like, I want to play somebody. And I'm like, have you heard of Little John? And he goes, Little John, Big John, I don't care. I'll play him. I was like, whoa, who is this guy? It was amazing that someone would say that, you know, like just confidence. And then I looked him up. Mark Tad. He's played like pro events. He's played all
definitely.
over the place. He's got YouTube videos. It was cool having him around the pool hall for a few months. Then he kind of faded off to another pool hall.
Yeah, that was, not to talk about myself again, but that was one of my greater victories against Mark Tad. It was the Badger State games that we hold here every year, and actually I lost my first match. I came back all the way through the tournament and double-dipped Mark Tad in the finals.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun.
He's a good player. He's a 9-foot table player, too.
Oh, yeah, tons of respect for him. He's on that list in what is it, A to Z Billiards? He's on a list for like top 10 strokes of all time or something like that.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing. What's Mark Tad doing right now? Preston says, Bill, I'm on the hill, Sorensen. That's another nickname for Bill. Bill asked the Fargo question earlier. Ricky Poole says, play for $2,000. With inflation, that's like $50.
Jesus.
You know I had to throw one in. Ricky Poole says road player. Rick can still play pool, by the way. No pun intended. I remember walking in here and playing Rick, and he's showing me all these card tricks. Good shot, but I'm not sure about the 1 and the 5 here. Are we shooting dead?
Well, the 1 might go off the back of the 15.
You know, this might do it, right?
What, to float down into?
Yeah,
or not?
float down into it with a little bottom right. Kind of just get on the back side. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe there is something to this one.
Well, we just saw Duncan hit a pretty similar shot a game or two ago.
It should be a shot that everybody is confident in trying. Off the rail, off the ball. And it's amazing the ball didn't drop.
Yeah, wasn't hit as smooth as it needs to be hit for. It was kind of popped at more than it was rolled.
So you blame the stroke on that one.
Yeah.
Fundamentals, maybe not staying down, following through.
Yeah, it's kind of just picked the different style of hitting the ball.
Greg Spranglers, the brand of cues being used. Kendal shoots with a pea shower, a J pea shower. That's out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. They make those cues. And Duncan, I believe, shoots with a Jacoby.
Yep.
And that's out of Nakusa, Wisconsin.
With a Revo shaft.
With a Revo shaft. Kendal shoots with the the
P Shower Rogue, yeah.
Rogue, which is the carbon shaft that they make. Thank you. And a little pro tip.
Yeah, not for long.
I don't know. It could have been the wet chalk. Hope that answers the question, Greg. It's an interesting combo to play with a Jacoby and a Revo shaft, right?
I've seen it done, though. But, yeah, I think it's weird.
It's just a weird combo. But, I mean, hey, I shot with a Q-Tac on a Predator. If it doesn't get much weirder than that.
Yeah, that might be worse. Huh?
Yeah, is it? I mean, they're both made from the same area. They kind of fit together.
Probably the same factory.
Right next to the iPhone factory.
Oh, God.
Envelope.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Manny almost missed that. So I've been listening to the sound, and because the mics are in the table, what you guys are hearing on the left side, you're hearing the balls go down the ball return because it's right on. When they go in the pocket, you can hear it, and then you hear another sound because it's hitting the track system underneath the table, and it's making a bunch of clunking sounds.
Right.
So,
Detective Chris G-Man.
it's tough. It's tough. Then you see a rack and they're off again. I don't know. Avenue Auto says Jacoby makes the best Predator butts. You know they do.
Yeah, that's a common
Jacoby makes
technique.
Predators.
Yeah, P Shower has as well.
They do. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess Predator outsources to local custom shops. I did see the Jacoby Predator Q when I took a tour of Jacoby. I met Dave, too, before one of his last retirement days, and cool dude, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they're great. Great family.
Brandon,
Jacoby,
Dave,
yeah.
yeah. You know, Michelle up front. They treated us so well there. I mean, I brought Mike and Mike. I mean, it was like the dream team, you know, we're all just annoying, bumping off of each other.
That's like a bad movie.
It is. It's called The Dream Team. It is a movie.
The Dream Team.
It is. They were on an outing from the insane asylum, and they lost their doctor, and they were traveling around Chicago
That's
trying to figure things out. It was Michael Keaton, a ton of other good
That's
actors,
funny.
really good. Yeah, The Dream Team. That was us going to Jacoby. But those are $3,000 Qs, the Jacoby / Predators. I'm like, whoa. How much without the Predator logo? It was like $1,500.
Oh, man.
No, I don't think so. They had a lot of points and a lot of details. So I'm just talking crap here. Oh yeah, Jacoby's going to make Qs.
Yeah, Jacoby's been making cues for a long
Yeah.
time, alongside Dave's son,
Brandon. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Dave's had a huge part in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think so much, yeah.
You know, Brandon's been running the show, as well as all their great employees, you know. But it is cool if you ever go to Jacoby or P Shower and you get one of those tours, right? And I remember Dave said he started the company on one lathe, and that lathe is actually still being used for finishing work in the factory.
That's cool.
It's just a neat history. The one equipment, and now the technology's come so far. They have CNC.
Right.
They have a ton of stuff. They have like 20 lathes. Pretty cool stuff. And they have a separate factory in Grand Rapids that does all the carbon shafts and the ultralights, you know, the laminated shafts. They didn't have enough room, is what I was told. Next stop, I'm going to get a P Shower tour.
Yeah, I've gotten tours in a lot of Q companies. What's cool about P Showers that they'll often have the full trees, like
Oh.
in the shop.
Really?
Yeah. They cut them down from
That's amazing.
yeah.
So they cut the actual whole tree down. Then
From trees,
all
yeah,
of
right.
it,
They bring
yeah.
the full trees
So
into.
not just the wood from some,
No.
processing plant.
No.
It's pretty cool. Yes, Avenue. I'm waiting for my Rogue. I'm pretty excited. And then Eichmann says Mucci sold recent. I didn't hear about that.
Neither did I. Duncan's hitting them really solid right now, popping
He
the
is.
ball.
Boom, boom. Kind of like the practice session, because I'm telling you, he was shooting them lights out. Well, it's getting tight here. Did he mark the score before Iraq? So it's 13-7?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Kendall's going to have to kick in, find a gear here. Don't want to let him get to 14. And I've seen Kendall run, 2-3 racks in a row.
Yeah, last week he had a good snap off towards the end
Nice
against Cap.
comeback. That's what we need to see here.
Might be tough to stop Duncan right now.
Yeah, I think the confidence level's high. Duncan sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Wants to wrap this up. Greg says, will an expensive cue improve my game? Probably not.
Way to cut it to him straight, Chris.
Well, I think if you get a good quality cue, it doesn't have to be expensive.
It's good to have one that you like
Right.
because, confidence comes from you feeling like
That is true.
like you got it what you want it to be, So
That's 100%.
it depends on who you are and
Like I had a cue made, and it's just black. And it's got a thin leather wrap brought to the butt all the way down, a couple inches longer. Like I made it for
Right.
me.
right, which I still think that's cool. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I
I would be content with that and feel cool
I love it.
about it, and like I said, then be confident.
I got rid of a 3-inch in the middle cue extension, which is horrible. I couldn't find one I liked. So yeah, once you find a cue combination with tip, I wouldn't change it a whole lot. Play 6 months with it. Ball goes flying across the room from Fong, hits Duncan in the foot. Still makes the shot. I never seen Fong cringe. He was like, ugh. Greg says it's not the bat that hits the ball over the fence.
It is the bet. No, I'm just. Did he use his hands?
I don't know. We should talk to Sosa. Because didn't he have a custom bat that got a lot of home runs for him before he got in trouble? So, when you take that logic, right, Greg? The bat does have something to do with it. Not to argue here. It did give him an advantage. And they do core the cues differently. McDermott, Pichar, Jacoby, they all have a different coring and balancing process.
But just some of the design work, is just at that point, that's kind of.
Exactly. The design is the beautification of the cue.
Right. Which again, though, if you have a fancier looking cue, some people really feel good about that too. So it's up to the specific player because, it's kind of like dressing up nice to go out somewhere. It's like you feel clean, you feel good. So if you've got a good-looking cue, you feel,
Yeah, it's like
So some people believe it, and some people like it that
it's
way.
confidence. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
But yeah, you still got to put in your work.
Yeah. See, I had a Shone. It was about 25 years old, and I love that cue. And I'll be honest with you. I didn't play for 20 years, and I thought the cue was a little crazy. It was just too much for me. Do we have MH in the booth? In the third booth?
Greetings, Earth people.
I knew it. How did I know that? He was moving the mouse
This
on
is
me.
fun. This is the first time that I've had 3 people on with that back room yet.
Welcome, MH.
Hello, thank you. So I'd nose in here, check on the score. 13-7. Now, I know Kendal, and I know he's not going to give up on any scoreline, no matter what.
But it's hard
Oh my
that was a
to
good
come back
goodness.
with that.
Well,
isn't it?
this would be the greatest comeback ever. Are we playing winner breaks?
See, that shot was.
We are.
Are you
Alright.
new? Are you new here?
Anything? Well, every match is different. It's negotiated between the players. I don't know. I'm just asking. I could have guessed. Winner breaks, and that means it's not over yet.
It's not over. But Duncan is on the hill. So for those that don't know who that third voice is, that's MH, the Potine Penglaze.
Potting. Can you pronounce it correctly, please?
Potine. How do you say it? Potine?
Potting.
Aluminium.
Potine.
No. So what's really important here, of course, is Duncan going to give Kendal another chance? How's his break been going so far, boys?
Wonderfully.
Yeah, Duncan's been finding a good break. Kendall's been breaking dry. It didn't hurt him in the earlier part of the match, though.
Oh,
There you go.
look at you were the bad luck, MH.
Or the good luck, depending on how you look at
I
it.
prefer to think of it as good luck.
Well, if that doesn't show whose side you're on, I don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever. This.
I know. I'm sorry, MH. I've come in very defensive since
Hey.
you've stepped in, haven't I?
Where I'm from, it's like natural to root for the underdog. So if Kendal comes back now, it would be the most best, amazing comeback
be.
in history. And you only get a chance to do that when you're way behind in a match. You could be ahead in that match. But
This
it's not
is the
as
hero moment.
It's not as exciting as a comeback when your back's against the wall, ball in hand, shot on the 14. What next?
In the hole. That's what's next.
One back at a time.
So I used to do that in the Jesters. I think I'd lose until the player got way ahead of me, and then I just used adrenaline and just kind of I gotta shoot good now, right? You got to. You have to. I mean, it's over if you don't.
Well, that's why you want to pull that at the start of the match.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Why is it different?
I don't know.
I
Maybe your
present
dad
that
wants,
question.
or Kendall, sorry. Maybe Kendall wants an adrenaline rush here.
I know, but I'm saying why. I'm just curious. You know what I mean? Why can that? Because it does feel different, but why? Why can't you turn that on beforehand?
Maybe you feel like you'll always have a chance, It's just I'll have a chance. If I lose this one, I'll still have a chance. But now you have no more chances. What are you going to do with the 15? Does that go on the side?
MH, what do you think?
Oh, I don't bloody know. What am I supposed to do?
How are you doing in the tournament, MH?
I won my first 2 matches.
Nice.
Now I'm waiting.
You're playing tomorrow in Ding's 580
Look
and
at
under,
that.
right?
That was a good
Oh,
shot.
that was a beautiful shot. That's what I would have done.
That's
with
how the 15
if I
goes.
could have.
Carry him off
That
the
was
8.
a perfect shot.
I mean, you've been probably making shots like that all night over in the weekly, huh?
Well, I play really good, every other shot.
For those that don't know, MH runs the pro shop here at the Mad Apple. So if you need a pea shower, a
With the
case-
help of the Stone Mason. Mason, kudos to you, was out on a job
Yes.
because I told him to today, and he did it. He helped. He was most helpful. Me, Mason, and Fong.
We
we got it
moved
done.
a valley table,
Oh, man, those things are heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, I say our unofficial tagline is we do the jobs that others won't. Mad Apple Pro Shot.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Well, I
It
mean,
is
if
true.
you mean
I think that's way more true than
we say
Yeah, I
we
agree
do-
with Mason.
We do them all,
MH.
really, including
yeah.
Let's just gang
antiques,
up on 'em.
hundreds of years
we
old.
we do every job out there. Why should we hide that fact?
We do the jobs that
That's
no
right.
one else
We'll figure out.
will.
Next one, you call us. We still might not know how to do it, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do it. I know, that's what I'm
We
saying.
will.
That's why it's like,
get it
yeah,
done.
come to us because we will work with you
So
to
we need-
solve your solution
We need a ball to go in on the
or
break
your
here.
problem rather. Yeah, he's been breaking
Dry
dry
break.
here
Yeah, you can't do it.
quite a few times.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Oh, man. Oh, Susie.
Ball's
Susie's
wide
in
open.
chat.
So what's going on here tonight?
What's going on?
Duncan is like running out every time he gets a chance, or what's the status?
Yeah,
of
it
this
started
match so
out
far?
kind of the other way, and then
Right.
Duncan slowly has warmed into playing pretty dang good.
What you do when you see your opponent missing here and there, right? It builds your confidence level. There's been
So
4 miscues by Kendall.
He's already
Yeah.
picked a plan. He's going to take the.
Who
one
put on
ball
his
there.
tip, MH?
I don't. Who? Oh,
I don't
Kendall
know.
did.
Yeah, he miscued 4 times
Well, I mean,
with
he
his
told me to
LaPro.
put an emerald. What is it? A LaPro. He plays
Yeah.
with a LaPro. No, I actually like those.
They are good
I
tips.
don't know.
I don't think we can blame that.
No,
He got a new chalk, and that seemed to solve the problem.
Sometimes it's the chalk. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
kind of
it was
chalk.
wet. Someone put a wet willy in the chalk.
You've really never heard of that?
No, I don't really stoop to that level.
The first time I heard of Wet Willie was on Family Guy.
Moving on.
So Susie says to comment about the mic and the players. They did that once between Mason and Justin Volk playing Justin's game Lifesaver.
Oh yeah.
They told us what shot they were shooting and why. It was pretty cool. Susie, I would love to do that, but we have to turn the jukebox off for that to work.
How did we do it the one time?
It was closed, and we shut the jukebox off.
No.
Maybe the back room.
Mm-mm.
Turned
We
off the
played right
speakers?
here on table 8.
Well, then we didn't care about monetize,
Oh, okay.
because if you don't want to monetize for the juniors, we can
Yeah, it was probably
we could turn that off.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
He's like trying to make it turn it into the victim.
that's interesting. So meanwhile, Duncan has
Well, if you
played
don't
this.
care about our
You
kids,
don't care about the juniors, fine. Sorry, MH. What
No,
was that?
I'm sorry. I interrupted you really because of Duncan, what he did there. He's been playing absolutely beautiful. He's
He does.
picked that off and had a real chance. But what he didn't quite mean to do was bump that 10 ball and sort of crowd the 8 ball type area because
Right.
he had set himself up for a nice, perfect stop shot on the 7 and they straight in the 8. And
Right.
the 10 ball wasn't there.
I think he's okay.
now
though.
he's got to do
And
your
he's not-
favorite,
he's
a
gotta do
stun
something a
run
little
through.
bit yeah, and he's got a plenty big enough window on the 8 ball to run into. The 9 ball's there and the 10 ball's there, so you've got to get the right angle on the 7 to get through, but even, we'll see.
Ooh, a lot of
Well, and
English.
even, I mean, don't forget about this.
So-
There's a lot of English going on.
Isn't
right
this
now,
a tough
isn't it?
shot? I don't like this shot.
Tons of English.
Tons of English in the commentary box right now.
There's tons of English going on right now.
Well, you can never have too much English.
So Bill says any cue that feels good gives you confidence and is the one for you. It doesn't matter about the price.
That's right.
Entry level cues, design. It's about the hit and the feel and if you like it.
A, you got to make this ball, and he did. B, control it, get nice on the 7.
And he did.
That is
straight in.
just about perfect.
Affords him the option to just roll forward gently, huh?
I like that.
Yeah.
Stun run through or roll forward?
I
Slowly.
like to give it a little medium hit.
Hop. Do you use the 9 ball?
I think that it's there. So that, I mean, I think it's like good to know that it's a kind of a little secure, net for you.
He prefers the slow roll.
Yeah, it hit beautifully, really.
Can't get much
Simple.
better than that.
Simple.
down it goes.
Well, and that does it for today's match. Duncan Kaufman 15, Kendal Koch 8. We've got stats. Unforced errors, Duncan 13, Kendal 18. Dry breaks, 3-5. Kendal struggled early on the dry breaks, but it didn't seem to cause him problems. He's still scoring, still winning the games. Break and runs, 1 apiece, as far as I know. Safeties played pretty early in the game. Duncan 6, Kendal 3. Not a lot of safeties played when you think about the amount of games that we went through.
Yeah. And somebody mentioned early on being probably a quick match, you know what I mean? And it was comparatively to the last couple weeks, so. Well, congratulations, Duncan Kaufman, new king here for the Friday night series, King of the Hill, at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company.
Well, he'll be back next Friday, and someone asked earlier, the King's Court on Sunday is canceled this week.
Yep, and Fred, I will message you. Yeah, right, ACS is going on next week.
Correct. So I do think Friday's still on. That was Kendall's choice. You know, if it does get canceled, we'll let everyone know ahead of time. Anytime a state tournament or a national holiday comes up, I'm really, trying to push for the weekend off on that,
right,
because there's a lot of people gone. You're at tournaments, Kendall's at tournaments, we stream at WSPA. It's just a lot going on.
Right.
So see if I miss any chats here while we wrap up.
Yep, and one more reminder, too, if you're looking to play a pool tournament tomorrow, we've got one going on as long as your Fargo is under 580.
Oh, yeah, you want to go
come
through
on
that?
in. It is a $60 entry, Calcutta at 10 a.m.
That's gonna
5 on the winner's side and 4 on the loser's side. And we do open at 7 a.m. for breakfast. We've got a great breakfast menu if you want to get here early.
That's going to be a fun one.
Yes,
We'll-
yes.
we'll 580 and under. We'll see you tomorrow.
Are you playing in that, MH?
I am.
Amazing. So 7 a.m. you can show up, have breakfast, but don't be any later than, say, 9 o'clock for sign up.
Yeah.
If you just want to show up, you'll be welcomed in as long as you have 200 Fargo robustness and a Fargo rating of 580 and under. So we want to push that because we want to fill that up. And we fill 499 and unders up like nothing. But as soon as you start getting to the 580s and opens, all of a sudden it gets tough to fill those tournaments. So if you're interested, pop on by.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It's been another edition of the King of the Hill series.
Thanks, Mason. Thanks, MH.
Thank you.
Thank you, MH. Thank you, Chris.
Have a great night, everybody.